Alright, hello everyone. My name is Jokester1801 and welcome to our Fire Emblem Path of Radiance for Newcomers series. So today we're going to start off a new series, and what we're going to do is we're playing Fire Emblem Path of Radiance and we are targeting it to newcomers. Whether that be newcomers to Fire Emblem as a whole, newcomers to just Path of Radiance, maybe you've played some other Fire Emblem games, either way. So what we're doing in this video series is we are going to be playing through Fire Emblem Path of Radiance just on normal difficulty, a casual playthrough. But I'm going to be explaining my moves, explaining why I'm doing the things I'm doing, so that people who, again, are new to Fire Emblem, who are new to Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, maybe you've never seen it, maybe are less familiar with the game mechanics, so that they can kind of get this exposure. Maybe you're like me and you have young nephews who really like watching Fire Emblem, but they can't quite play it yet. This is great, you know? So, basically, like I said, I'm just going to be playing through Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. This is one of my favorite Fire Emblem games, and I think it's the most friendly to newcomers of Fire Emblem in general. It has a lot of mechanics that translate across multiple games, but it's also a little bit easier, a little bit um, more friendly to newcomers, and has a really engaging story. So let's get started. Alright, so as we see, I have already played Fire Emblem Path of Radiance on here, but we're just going to start a new game. And like I said, we're just going to do the normal difficulty. Um, if you're starting out for your very first time, go ahead and do easy. That sounds like a great idea. I'm going to do normal just because it doesn't have all of the different tutorials and things like that. So we're also going to do random level ups as well. Alright, and so here we go. Prologue Mercenaries. So this is the first game that includes cutscenes, and we're just gonna go ahead and watch them all because they're great. Um, One of the first Fire Emblems that has voice acting as well.
Well, Ike, you had enough?
That's the face of I've never had enough. This guy's beating Ike so easy.
Oh, missed.
Get wrecked.
Ike? Oh no!
He just got knocked out. So here we're introduced to the main character, his father, and his sister, all at once. Look at that, how nice. And mysterious lady that he sees after being knocked out. It was his mom. It's not a mystery. It's not a mystery.
Missed that song.
Ah, you're up. About time.
Clearly, Mist is very much like his mother. Alright, so here we go. Our prologue battle. So most Fire Emblem games have a prologue. In fact, I don't actually know of a Fire Emblem offhand that doesn't have a prologue. Prologue is always just to introduce you to the game. Are you alright? Mist asks. Yeah, I'll be fine, says Ike. So, the sleeping prince awakens. I decided I'll just voice act it all. And by voice acting, I mean I'll at least read it. Maybe I'll do a voice, we'll see. Father, I can't believe you. I know those are practice swords, but they're still heavy. You have no right to be so rough on Ike. If this is too much for the boy, he'll never make it as a mercenary. But, Mist, you don't have to worry. I told you, I'm fine. Ha, you better be. Now grab your sword and get ready. What? Don't tell me you're going at it again, but... Just until I land a single blow. I'm not giving up until I can get one good hit on Father. I like your resolve, Ike, but it takes more than a strong will to... Aha! I knew I'd find you here. Hi, Boyd. What brings you here? Nothing special. You said you were going to get the boss, but you never came back. I got picked to check up on you. Oh, sorry, I got caught up with Ike and my father. It's nothing. Besides, I figured I'd get a good laugh watching Ike get worked over by the boss. You look fine. What happened? Nothing at all. I'm sorry to disappoint you. You just missed it. Just a minute, he was out cold. Missed? Haha, sorry. You came at just the right time, Boyd. You can be Ike's sparring partner. What? Me? I'm beginning to think it would be better if he sparred with someone closer to his own skill. I understand. Thanks for your help, Boyd. I don't know about this closer to his skill business, but I'm ready. Alright, so here we go. Fire Emblem. Alright, I'm ready for you. Let's go. Fire Emblem's a tactical strategy RPG. So, as you have, we're not going to have the tutorial windows because I'm just going to explain it. So, it's on a grid. A lot of people like to call it chess with characters. So basically, you're on a grid and you move your characters. You're the blue units and you are trying to beat the red units. And you just move your characters and then you fight them. The fighting is more or less rock, paper, scissors. And what's really cool about it is that your units have stats. So we have strength, STR, magic, MAG, skill, speed, SP, luck, LCK, defense, DEF, resistance, RES, and HP. And so you got level. Ike's a level 1 ranger. He's got experience, HP, and then it explains to you what all the different stats do. So strength, it's physical strength, so affects with weapons, and then magic is just strength, but for magic. Skill is how affects your hit percentage. Speed affects how many times you can attack in one round. Luck, which affects how well you avoid critical hits and different things. Defense is the opposite of strength, so instead of saying how much damage you do, it's how much damage you take. And then resistance is the opposite of magic. Instead of how much damage you do with magic, it's how much damage you take from magic. So yeah, and then HP. Once the characters get to HP, they die and they're out of the game forever. So one interesting thing with Fire Emblem is that it has permadeath, at least in these earlier games, where if your character dies, they're just gone forever. Bada bing, bada boom. So, we're going to move Ike up to Boyd. That's kind of the whole purpose of the prologue, is to fight Boyd. And so you have the player phase and the enemy phase. Hey, what's the holdup? Let's get started already. I'm coming, just wait right there. So, player phase, you get to move units. Enemy phase, the enemy units get to fight. And so with direct combat, you have your physical weapons. And you might notice there's this green arrow next to the trainer and a red arrow next to Boyd's practice axe. So the blue is what Ike is, the red is your enemy, which in this case is Boyd. And so the green arrow means that Ike has weapon triangle advantage. So if we look at this little weapon triangle, we see a lance, a sword, and an axe. Swords beat axes, axes beat lances, lances beat swords. So it's a sort of rock, paper, scissors. In so doing, swords have higher hit rates, and then you get a little damage boost when you have a higher hit rate and higher damage boost when you have weapon triangle advantage, and lower hit rate and you take a slight penalty to damage when you have weapon triangle disadvantage. So, Ike has 19 HP that we see. MT is how much damage he's going to do, 9. Hit is the percentage he has to hit, and then crit is the percentage of a critical hit. So if we do 9 damage to Boyd, he'll do 8 damage to us. That'll leave him with 9 HP and us with 11. Then we hit him again for 9, and we'll beat him. So that's what we're going to do. So, Path of Radiance has these cool 3D animations. You can do it. Boyd's got nothing. Take him out. Nothing? I don't have nothing. It's actually the first game that has 3D animations, but all Fire Emblem games have had animations of some sort. Haha, I'm not done yet. We're just getting started. So one thing to think about is if I attack Boyd here, I'm going to do 9 damage, and then he's not going to attack me back. So as we saw in Fire Emblem, you have your round of combat. Ike attacked first because I was attacking Boyd proactively, and then Boyd attacked back because the range of his axe is 1, as we see RNG range 1. And so since I'm attacking at 1 range, he could attack back. Now, if I were attacking at 2 range, I could attack without Boyd attacking back, and we'll see that later. So, if we attack, we're going to attack first, and we're going to take out Boyd. And so that's one of the main strategies you can think about is like, okay, if I attack on player phase, then I can take out this enemy before they can attack me back. Now, if Boyd had attacked me on enemy phase, he could have hit me before I killed him. Granted, this is practice, so we didn't take him out. That wasn't too bad. Boyd, you're such a loser. Shut your trap. Good work, Boyd. That's enough. Oh, alright. Your swordsmanship was decent enough, Ike. Don't forget how it felt. It won't always be this easy. I know. Now that you're done warming up, it's time for you to face me again. I was hoping you'd say that. But first, Mist. Right here. Here you go, Ike. It's a Volinary. I'd recommend using it now before you fight Father. Last time he knocked you silly. Thanks for the reminder, Mist. Always take time to heal your wounds in a battle, even small ones. By the time you think you're in trouble, it's probably too late. Don't get into that situation. Alright, so if we press the menu, we see now we have a Volinary. So if you take the time to use it, it restores 10 HP when consumed. 11 plus 10 is 21, so it won't restore 10 HP, it restores up to 10 HP. So it'll really just restore 8 on Ike. So one thing I wanted to explain now was how to calculate how much damage you're going to do in a battle. So when you're using a physical weapon like a sword, you see that has MT 6, which is might 6, and then you just combine that with the strength, since it's a physical weapon, to give us 11 attack. Now, if Ike was using a magic weapon, we would combine the MT with magic, the magic stat, to see how much damage he would do. So sometimes this can be useful, because sometimes you want to calculate how much damage someone's going to do before you move them or anything like that. So, we're going to move closer to Grail. Now, this prologue is actually pretty interesting. If I attack with Ike here, I'm going to do 9 damage, Grail's going to do 6, and then when he attacks me on enemy phase, I'm going to lose if I attack. As such, that's why they give you the Volinary, so that you don't attack. Now, I'm going to move next to Grail so that I don't have to watch him move towards me, and then I'm going to use the Volinary. Then he's going to attack me on enemy phase, he's going to do 6 damage, and I'm going to do 9 damage back to him. Get ready, Ike, here I come. Give it your all. Yep, he did his 6, I did my 9. Now they've programmed the prologue in such a perfect way. Come on, boy, you're gonna give me a challenge this time around? Stares menacingly, I guess. Now they've programmed the prologue in such a way that if I attack Grail this turn, he'll be down to 4 HP, I'll be down to 7. And so when then he attacks me on enemy phase, he'll take me down to 1 HP, and I'll beat him. So they just perfectly programmed it. Don't expect it to always be that easy. Now you might notice a lack of the green and red arrows. That's because Grail is using the trainer as well, which is a sword. And as such, there's neither weapon triangle disadvantage or advantage. It's just flat. It's as if 2 people were using rock at the same time. So we're going to attack Grail here, because we figured out all the math, and if he attacks us, Ike will have 1 HP left, and we'll take him out. Now, your units have to get to 100 experience to level up, and we see that Ike's at 93. So once we take out Grail here, Ike is gonna level up. Ugh. We got him. Good job, boys. Not a great level. Not a great level. Not bad. He got HP, strength, and magic. So in Fire Emblem, your units have what are called growth rates, which mean that they have a random chance to gain a stat when they level up. So you can search up online what a unit's growth rates are, and growth rates are pretty important because they'll determine the probability that a unit has in gaining a stat, which then determines how much that unit's going to grow. So if a unit has lower growth rates, that means they're not going to gain as many stats than a unit that has higher growth rates. Ike, you were great. Father, you were holding back, weren't you? What? Is that true? If you could tell the difference, that means you're improving. Classic. You know, I wasn't really giving it my all either. That is such a lie. Bah! So, Father, does that mean you finally admit that I'm ready? What? To join the company? To take on a job? Yeah, I mean, Boyd's already out there on the battlefield. I'm ready. I'm tired of being a trainee. Listen, the difference between you and me is that I am a professional. A professional who just got beat? That was random chance. Random chance. You got a point, Ike. Alright, tomorrow will be your first day as a full-fledged mercenary. Really? But if I think it's too much, you're back to trainee status. You'd better work hard. No problem. Watch, I'll catch up to everyone in no time. We'll see. We'd better be heading back to the fort. Everyone's waiting. Alright, and there we go. We did the prologue battle. I hope you enjoyed this first episode. Not all of them are going to be as explanation heavy about the mechanics of the game. But yeah, we'll just do each battle as its own episode. I'm not a great voice actor, but I'll keep reading out the lines and stuff. And I hope you all enjoyed it.